The story begins at a claw machine arcade. We see a man named Aku walking in. He has a special talent for easily catching prizes from these machines, something most people find difficult. This has actually become his side hustle. He catches expensive items and takes them home until his house is so full it looks like a shop. However, this isn't an easy job. He has to go at night so the arcade owners don't recognize him and ban him. The reason he fell into this lifestyle is that he lost his previous job due to immense pressure from his superiors, which led him to quit and make a living this way. One day, he goes to the arcade as usual, but the machine is completely empty. He feels discouraged, not knowing what to do next. The next morning, he hears a knock on his door and sees his friend. They look down from the balcony and see new neighbors moving in. His friend tells him that a father and daughter have just moved in and are preparing to open a bakery nearby. Aku then leaves his apartment carrying a bottle of fresh milk. On the street, he sees a broken glass shard on the road and picks it up to put in the trash, a small act of kindness. He notices the bakery, which hasn't opened yet, and stands there briefly, curious about the owners. The scene cuts to Aku back at home, sleeping. He decides to spend the day cleaning his house, organizing his laundry, bed sheets, and blankets, chores he rarely does. That night, while shaking out his blanket on the balcony, his neck pillow accidentally falls off and drops to the ground floor. He goes down to retrieve it. As he finds it and prepares to go back up, he hears a noise. He looks over and sees a beautiful young woman sitting on a bench near the building, struggling to open a soda can in the middle of the night. She seems very delicate and unable to open it. As soon as Aku sees her face, he falls in love at first sight because she is incredibly beautiful, gentle, and adorable. He memorizes her face, thinking she looks like an angel, and later tells his friend about her while they are eating. The following night, Aku and his friend go back to catch prizes at the arcade. Afterward, Aku returns to his apartment via the elevator, exhausted. When the elevator reaches the 13th floor, the doors open, and he sees a woman standing there. She looks strange, almost like a ghost, and makes scary noises. Aku snaps to attention. As the doors are about to close, she sticks her hand in to stop them, startling him. When he looks closely, he realizes it's the same angelic girl from the bench. However, her personality is completely different now. She looks fierce, aggressive, and starts picking a fight with him for no reason. The next morning, Ku wakes up still thinking about how that woman bullied him the night before. He is so wary that he carries a wooden stick for self-defense when he leaves his room. He goes downstairs and sees that the new bakery has officially opened. As he peers inside, the daughter comes out to ask what he wants. Ku quickly makes an excuse, complimenting the shop. He goes in to buy some bread. The girl is at the register, acting completely normal and sweet. She asks where he lives, and when he tells her, she says neighbors get a discount. She introduces herself as Ji and mentions they just moved in. She calls out to her dad, and when he comes out, Ku realizes this is indeed the girl from the garden. But unlike the terrifying woman in the elevator, she is now gentle and polite. Even so, Ku is traumatized by the previous night. When she says hello, he panics and runs away. Ji runs after him, which scares him even more, but she only wanted to give him a souvenir handkerchief for the shop's opening. Back home, Aku looks at the handkerchief and is baffled. He wonders what kind of person she is, sweet one moment, terrifying the next. He thinks about it all day while cleaning and eating. The scene cuts to Ji sleeping in her room. She dreams of a dark world where a young girl in ancient clothing is sitting. She wakes up suddenly at 2 a.m. Meanwhile, Aku is awake organizing his clothes. He looks out the window and sees a woman downstairs standing with her arms outspread, as if absorbing energy. It is Ji, dressed and acting like the scary version from the elevator. Curious, he goes down to follow her. He sees Ji walking across the street toward a 24-hour convenience store. Suddenly, a car screeches to a halt and honks loudly. Ku thinks she is in danger and runs over. He sees an older man grabbing her and hugging her tight. Thinking the man is harassing her, Ku intervenes, grabbing the man's collar. The older man explains he is her father and shows a photo as proof. The father then turns the tables, accusing Aku of having bad intentions with his daughter. He threatens Aku with a baguette, demanding the truth. Aku explains he lives in the building and was just throwing away a milk carton when he saw her. He admits he followed her because he recognized her from the elevator incident. The father presses him, threatening to call the police if he lies. Aku admits he saw her looking possessed in the elevator. Suddenly, Ji wakes up, eyes wide, and says, "Oh, it was you," and tries to attack him again. Her father holds her back and warns Ah-ku to leave and keep this secret if he doesn't want trouble. The scene cuts to Ah-ji sleeping normally in her bed. Her cousin peeks in to check on her, and her father does the same. The next morning, Ah-ku takes the elevator down. Ah-ji runs to stop the elevator, but she is her sweet, normal self. Ah-ku is still nervous, apologizing to her out of fear. Ah-ji looks confused, wondering why he is apologizing. At 2 a.m. that night, Ah-ku goes outside to watch Ah-ji and her father. Ah-ji is acting wild and arrogant again. Her father follows her everywhere, watching over her as she plays, eats, and drinks. It seems exhausted for a normal person to do this every night. Ah-ji complains that the new location makes it hard to cross the street for snacks. Her father says he can't keep moving houses, it's too expensive. Suddenly, Ah-ji starts shaking. Her father prepares himself. She loses consciousness, and he tries to piggyback her home. However, his back gives out, and he almost drops her. Ah-ku runs in and catches her just in time. The father is taken away by an ambulance due to his back injury, and Ah-ku helps carry the unconscious Ah-ji. The next day, Ah-ku visits the father in the hospital. The father interrogates him about his background, education, criminal record, etc. He realizes Ah-ku is a decent guy, just currently unemployed, and knows martial arts, though not perfectly. The father reveals the truth. Ah-ji is cursed. She is normal during the day, but at 2:00 a.m., a spirit takes over her body, turning her wild. The father has been her guardian every night, carrying her home when the spirit leaves, but now he is too old and injured. He asks Ah-ku to take over the night shift until he recovers. The following night, Ku begins his duty. The possessed Ah-ji, the spirit, confronts him, calling him arrogant for daring to watch her. She claims to be a top-tier, fierce spirit. She tries to act scary, but actually looks quite cute. She warns him that being near a spirit is dangerous. In the morning, Ku goes to the hospital and tells the father he wants to quit, looking terrified. The father reassures him that she is just talking nonsense and that he has raised her since she was little with no issues. He begs Ah-ku to just protect her and keep an open mind. He also suggests that if Ah-ku needs money, he can work at the bakery during the day. Ah-ku agrees and starts working at the bakery. Ah-ji accepts him since he's a neighbor and her dad recommended him. She has no memory of the night events. Ah-ku now watches Ah-ji day and night. At night, the spirit mocks him about his behavior at the bakery during the day, proving she is aware of everything. Ah-ku wonders if this is a prank show or a YouTube experiment and looks for cameras, but finds none. The spirit tries to scare him, but it comes off as adorable. One night, the spirit says Ah-ji is asleep and implies Ah-ku could do whatever he wants. Being a gentleman, Ku refuses. The spirit then tries to trick him by acting sweet and saying, "I like you." Ah-ku remembers the father's warning. If you fall for the spirit's tricks, she gains power. He resists. Suddenly, the spirit runs to the convenience store to buy a popular limited edition cake. She buys the last one right before a little girl can get it. The spirit then cruelly drops the cake on the ground so no one can have it, making the little girl cry. Ah-ku asks the spirit what she is and why she is in Ah-ji's body. She replies that it is a punishment for an ancestral sin, a karma that lasts forever. It depends on her whether she wants to leave or not. Ah-ku accidentally offends her, and she almost flips a table but decides to trash the front of the store instead. Ah-ku stops her. The routine continues. Ah-ku works with sweet Ah-ji by day and guards the wild spirit by night. It's a complete 360-degree change. One morning, he watches Ah-ji get ready for school, looking happy just to be near his crush. At night, he plays games with the spirit to keep her occupied. Ah-ji's cousin secretly films Ah-ku taking care of Ah-ji to reassure the father in the hospital. Ah-ku grows closer to Ah-ji by day and strangely closer to the spirit by night. One night, Ah-ku takes the spirit to the claw machine. He bets that if he wins a doll, she must tell him how to expel her. She agrees, thinking he can't do it. Ah-ku uses his skills and wins easily. Impressed, she tells him the method. "Say my name 3 times, and I will leave." But when he asks for her name, she refuses to tell him, calling him foolish. Ah-ku tries searching the internet for exorcism methods, but it's all fake. One morning, while delivering bread with Ah-ji, she bumps into a strange man who looks at her intensely. Ah-ku steps in to protect her. Later, in a coffee shop, Ah-ji feels inexplicably sleepy, the spirit's influence. Ah-ku distracts her. That night, while out with the spirit, they see a police boat speeding by. The spirit points at it, then disappears. Ah-ku searches for her and finds a scene at a bridge where a man is standing on the edge, looking distressed. Police are trying to talk him down. The spirit runs down and recklessly taunts the man, telling him to jump. Ah-ku rushes to cover her mouth, mouth, but she bites him and continues taunting. The man looks like he might actually jump, so the spirit jumps into the river herself to show off. Aku, terrified, jumps in to save her. Rescuers pull Aku out, telling him she is fine. She is swimming across the river like a pro swimmer. The news films her athletic feat. The next day, the father is discharged and sees the news. He is furious with Aku for letting her swim. He explains she was a champion swimmer in middle school but stopped due to a knee injury. Just as the father is about to hit Aku, Aji steps in to defend him. Aku and Aji start spending more time together. They go to an amusement park. Aji stays up late because it's the anniversary of her mother's passing. Her mother died when she was 8. She opens up to Aku, and they share a tender moment. A car kicks up dust, and Aku shields her. They go to the movies. During a romantic scene, they feel shy. Aji places her hand on Aku's hand, making his heart race. He holds her hand back, and they smile at each other. Suddenly, Aji's smile changes. She laughs strangely. It is 2 a.m. The spirit has arrived. She mocks the romance and walks away. Aku is confused. Was the hand holding Aji or the spirit? The spirit says if he makes her happy, she might consider leaving Aji's body. She wants to go to the beach. The next morning, Aku takes Aji to a beautiful beach. She is overjoyed. They take photos. Aji asks vaguely if they have ever been to the movies together, hinting that she remembers something. Aku gets hopeful. That night, the spirit returns. She gets angry for no reason and runs into the road. Aku saves her from being hit by a car. She runs toward the theater area but stops abruptly at a magic line on the ground that acts as a barrier. Aku catches up and promises to take good care of her. He takes her to an amusement park with flowers and teaches her how to smile properly for photos. The next morning at the bakery, Aji blushes whenever she sees Aku. A strange man enters to buy a single candy. Aku recognizes him as the man who bumped into them and the one staring at them from a car. He confronts the man. The stranger reveals he knows about the possession and claims he set the magic barrier trap to test her. He offers to perform an exorcism to fix the problem. Aku is skeptical, but the man insists he knows the truth. Aku tells the father about the stranger. The father warns him not to trust exorcists, saying they are all scammers and he has lost hope and money to them before. Meanwhile, Aji is at the bus stop. She helps a woman with an injured arm tie her shoe. The woman gives her a candy as thanks. Aji eats it on the bus and begins to feel dizzy and pass out. Aku, worried because she isn't home, uses the father's phone to track her GPS. He sees she is off route. Aji has been kidnapped by the stranger, the stalker/exorcist. He has tied her up and set up cameras and a ritual circle to forcibly expel the spirit. Aku arrives just in time, fights the man, knocks him out, and rescues Aji. On the drive back, the spirit wakes up, even though it is not yet 2 a.m. She explains she can actually come out whenever she wants, and she sees everything Aji sees. She only comes out at night to let Aji live a normal life. She reveals her history. She was a woman from ancient times accused of witchcraft by a village shaman. She was sacrificed, and her soul was trapped in a jar. Years later, descendants of that shaman dug up the jar to make kimchi, accidentally releasing her. She possessed the lineage of that shaman, Aji's family, as revenge. However, she is tired of this cycle. To leave, she needs to return to her original spirit jar. Aku asks the father for the location of the ancestral village. He goes there and digs everywhere until he finds the jar under a large rock. The spirit spends her final day with the father, who is now watching her. She is unusually calm and sweet, realizing it is time to go. She thanks the father for taking care of her, showing she views him as a father figure too. Aku arrives with the jar. The spirit faces the jar. She admits she has fallen in love with Aku, but she cannot stay in Aji's body anymore because it isn't fair to Aji. She tells Aku her real name. With a heavy heart, Aku calls her name 3 times to seal her into the jar. Before she vanishes, she recalls all her happy memories with Aku, hugs him one last time, and disappears. The next morning, Aji is free of the curse. It is also the day she is leaving to study abroad. Aku is sad to see her go but happy she is free to pursue her dreams. Years later, Aji returns. She goes to find Aku. She reveals that she has liked him for a very long time, since the day she saw him pick up the glass shard in front of her shop. She also reveals that she was the one who initiated holding his hand at the movie theater, not the spirit. Aji confesses her feelings, and the story ends happily with the two of them together.